Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Adam.
Mike Keegan.
And special guest.
Oh, shit. One more time?
Special guest.
Mike Carabuccia.
Thanks for tuning in for the next episode of Trainwreck Comedy Podcast, episode 7, where we're going to discuss something really important for everybody out there, guys and girls, strip clubs. Now, everybody's been to a strip club before, has a great strip club story.
I have not been to a strip club ever.
You are a lying son of a bitch.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you
I just
live
came
in
from
I
one.
was going to say we should go to one right now. Just do the podcast in the strip club, if that's the case.
Well, that's fine.
We're going to definitely do it on site for the next podcast. That's how we're going to roll next time, guys. But we're going to talk about some strip club stories, hopefully entertain everybody. We're going to start off with a special guest, Mike. I'm sure you've got a pretty good strip club story, I can imagine.
All right, well, yeah, first one I ever went to was with my friend like a couple summers ago, and it was his 22nd birthday, and it was something that he wanted to do, so we all went with him, and like everybody else except him got like the most like fucked up and drunk. Am I allowed to say fuck?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking great. Okay, so yeah, like everyone except him got incredibly blasted. You know, one of our friends ended up like vomiting on himself, and we took him outside, and he fought a bush because he was so angry with himself. And then we went to another strip club, and our friend just dropped us off there. He was a designated driver, and he just dropped us off there and didn't pick us up.
These Long Island strip clubs? Or?
Yeah, Suffolk strip clubs. It was,
the
second one wasn't that good, and I just vomited all over the bathroom and tried to clean it up. And then when we left, my friend had to call the cab. It was his birthday, and he had to call the cab because I was vomiting into a bush.
You guys are great friends.
Yeah, but we both fell in love with a stripper named Star that night. We actually paid for a like dual lap dance with my friend's credit card. So.
You both got the lap dances at the same time?
Yeah, she was just like working in between us.
That's
like,
awesome.
Hopping off
like
one
she
and
was
off
fucking
the
skiing.
Yes, it was a lot like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a couple of videos like that on YouTube before.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think everybody's fallen in love with a stripper before.
Yeah.
And
even like when I was younger, the first times I went to a strip club, I was that guy. Like, I think she likes me. You know, she fucking loves me. And then like I would go back every weekend, and I'd get jealous when she was giving other guys dances.
Yeah.
My first strip club was awesome though. I was 16 years old, and I was in LA. I went to the Body Shop that they sing about in Motley Crue's Girls, Girls, Girls. That was my first strip club ever.
Nice.
That was awesome. But then it just got really dirty. Like when I came back here and I started going to strip clubs, my best friend was the floor manager at Billy Dean's in Belmore, which is the most disgusting place in the world.
It is the second most disgusting place in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was the floor manager, and I used to work at a bar also, so he used to bring all the strippers when they would close. He'd bring them back to my bar for after hours, which was pretty awesome.
Sounds all right.
Yeah, like I've never seen so much cocaine done in my life. Like they would walk out of the back room and it would look like there was a blizzard in July.
Yeah, well, you're not at my house every single day, so you would not know what the. Yes. I don't do drugs. I'm sorry. My favorite strip club story actually is actually I got two, but we'll get to one a little bit later on. I'll talk about the first one. First, I ever went to a strip club. I went with my father.
Nice.
Oh. It was like back when I just turned 21. Like we're taking him to a strip club, we're making him a man, all this good stuff. So we go to a place I believe it's called Carousel.
Yes.
Do you guys know what the place?
Yeah,
Which one was it? Oh, yes, that was the one that I went to.
All right.
Yes.
The place is the size of my kitchen.
Yeah.
It's the worst place. And I went in there, and my dad, I call him Mayor McCheese, because he talks to everybody, no matter where he goes, always makes friends. Talking to a stripper, who looked a little bit older than a normal age stripper. Usually they're, like 16, 15, 17? She was a little bit older than this. So she's talking to my dad, he's coming, chummy with her. And I'm just trying to enjoy the scenery with whatever it was there. And she goes, oh, to my father, who are you here with? Like, oh, my son. He's 21, just turned 20 recently. She goes, wow, that's great. My son's younger than you.
Nice.
And I said, we're getting the fuck out of here. Why the hell are we at a strip club where the stripper has a kid? And that was just brutal. And also almost got robbed by a Jamaican stripper lady. And that was probably just as bad. But hearing the stripper had a kid older than me at the time.
Yeah, that's a Suffolk strip. Like I think criteria is like you have to have a C-section scar and stretch marks.
Well, I was gonna say, did you try to tip the C-section scar, like just like put it in the crevice?
Coins could fit in there.
Yeah.
Not so much the dollar bills because apparently it was just terrible. It was the most embarrassing thing I ever experienced. But it makes for a good story 7 years later.
Yeah.
After the trauma has passed and has receded.
Yeah.
Most of it.
It was scary. It really was a scary moment. But I mean, there are things at strip clubs that you can do and that you can't do. One thing that you should never do at a strip club is take out money from the ATM. Because, first off, the fee alone is what, $8 or more?
Yeah.
Or more. my other strip club story actually revolves that because Taste of Honey
Taste of Honey. You
has been
way too white to be there.
Okay,
I've
let
never
me.
been.
Hempstead.
Really?
This is in Hempstead, which if you guys don't know about Hempstead and you're not watching anyway, so nobody cares.
You people overseas don't know.
Yes, it's basically the ghetto. It's the ghetto of Long Island. It's one of the ghettos of Long Island. It's an illegal strip club because it's Nassau County, first off, as it is. But a friend of mine, we were out drinking in Valley Stream a few years back. You know, they just broke up from a relationship. You know, they wanted to go out and hang out. We're in Valley Stream and decided, let's go to a strip club. But not just any ordinary strip club. My friend said he had jungle fever that night. And another friend of mine who's
you
Spanish.
You want to say jungle fever?
Why not?
All right.
I think anything you want.
Yeah.
Listen, who's going to defend him? Bubba X Zone?
Ooh, Bubba X Zone.
He'll be offended by this.
He's hosting a show coming up.
We're getting that also.
Yeah.
We're getting that also.
That
I have a comment about that
too.
too.
Bubba X Zone?
Not yet.
I'll talk about it in a little.
You don't want to know.
Okay.
Moving on. So we decided, my friend who's Spanish went, let's go Taste of Honey. And I don't know what the place is. So we drive from Valley Stream to Hempstead. And I knew it was a bad night.
The scenic route?
No, we took the
Valley Stream to Hempstead?
We took a parkway going over the speed limit. That's what we did.
Oh, you were drunk driving?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. But when we got there, I knew it was a bad sign when a friend of mine had to pay a guy to not vandalize our cars in the parking lots.
Oh.
Because if we didn't tip this guy, he would have fucked up my car.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to have that because I needed to get back. We also got patted down
He's
on
an
the way into the strip club.
I think that's,
Entrepreneur, burglar, whatever you want to call him. We also got patted down walking into this place.
Yeah.
Think of like 3 20-something-year-old white guys and a Spanish guy walking into the Taste of Honey, which never been there. Also very small. And it's a black strip club. Let's be honest, it's a black strip club.
Yeah.
There was a couple guys there, black dudes, a little older with the pimp suits on, us, and an old guy, had to be somewhere in his late 50s. Just 3 strippers around him, just
making it rain.
Making it rain on these wonderful young ladies. A friend of mine basically got robbed by a stripper there also because she said, I'll give you a lap dance. She walked to him, put her leg on his leg and said, $25.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they saw you guys coming a mile away.
Definitely. And then we had to use the ATM there because he didn't have any more money. And that took literally 40 minutes to come out of the money because it was a fake-ass ATM.
Did real money come out?
Eventually.
Like, if you've been to Cafe Royale, funny money comes out of their ATM there. So it's money, it's like Monopoly money that can only be spent at Cafe Royale. So I went there one time, and I was going to take out $300 for myself, for me, for the whole weekend, and $200 to spend at the club that night.
Oh, no.
So now I take out $500 from the ATM, which can only be spent at Cafe Royale. Wow. I looked like such a baller that night. When I was inside, I'm just like, what the fuck am I going to do? I just spent $500.
There's little, Monopoly money.
Yeah, it's literally Monopoly money that comes out. It says Cafe Royale funny money on it. Yeah. Wow. So that was a nightmare.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That is how they really
at least that place
scam
had
you.
real money come out.
Yeah,
That's
real
a
money.
Because it doesn't say that it only distributes funny money. So now I'm taking out $500. I'm like, and I was like 18 years old.
I just counterfeit money as it is, though.
Yeah.
So,
wow. What about the creepy guys at all the strip clubs?
Like us?
Remember,
I don't know. I've never seen it.
There's guys. Exactly.
The guy with the fro that's there.
Right. Just
there's actually guys creepier than me that hang out at strip clubs. Like, I used to work with this guy Rick. I used to work at a liquor store. I was like 18, 19 years old. Worked at a liquor store. There was this 45-year-old guy Rick that worked with me, and he was always like, "Yo, let's go to a strip club. Let's go to a strip club." Like, first of all, that's weird. So then he's like, "You pick me up. We'll go to the strip club." Weird, also. And so I actually picked him up at his house. He comes out, and it's like November. He's wearing a Bacardi T-shirt and little bicycle shorts.
Oh no!
Beautiful.
Because obviously, if you're wearing little bicycle shorts when you get a lap dance, you get a lot more out of the experience.
Yes.
But now this guy in November is coming to a strip club with a Bacardi T-shirt and these tiny little blue bicycle shorts. You can already see.
Can't help but cringe at the thought.
I know.
Imagine it.
And he sat there just with his mouth open the whole time. And he's freaking calling all the girls. And there was a place that would give him dollar lap dances, so they would just keep coming over.
Oh, sweet.
He was in heaven. Then he ended up drinking 2 Long Island iced teas and passing out.
Oh. Well, it's because of him probably that they don't allow sweatpants at any of these clubs.
Exactly.
That's true.
It really ruined it for the rest
Bicycle
of us.
shorts, no underwear too. He also made her a point to tell me he wasn't wearing underwear.
Whew, that's a classy gentleman.
Yeah, absolutely.
We should have him on our next
Rick.
podcast.
I would love to have
The worst version of driving Miss Daisy
Yeah, exactly.
ever.
Exactly.
That's bad. Yeah, so basically, those are the rules of being a strip club. Don't take out money.
Don't wear little blue bicycle pants. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And also, you don't want to have to pay somebody in the parking lot to not vandalize your shit.
That is a red flag.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like the ones that they let you do the little disappearing thumb trick too.
What was that?
Those strippers. Stick a finger in for. Those are the good ones.
Oh man, I think I went to a bachelor party a couple years back where we rented a Bentley limo to go into the city.
You.
Wow.
Problem is the Bentley didn't have a bumper on it. It was kind of like a ghetto Bentley, and the cab and the limo driver just left us at one point in the city.
Wow.
He's gonna get a cab back
Wow.
from the city to Queens, so that was
Nice.
expensive. But strip club in there, what's it called? Lace or something? Or
Lace,
Fame?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's Lace. It's the sister company of Stilettos, which is my favorite. Yeah, I've never been to a strip club before.
Just keep this.
Stilettos is my favorite.
You
strip club,
are
'cause
The
that place
full
is filthy.
class authority on
Yeah.
strip clubs. It's amazing.
That's why you're in the middle of the room right now. But I don't know. But basically, I think I fell in love with some Eastern European broad. I'm sure she died of cocaine by this point.
That happens.
But-
So you want to take them away from this life.
Yeah, I know. You want to save.
I'll
them.
make it better for you.
You know.
Yeah.
I'll pay you. Fuck, I'm out of money.
I know.
Guess
Like,
you're on your own now.
just like a week later, she'll be like, "So like, where are you gonna take me away from this life?" And I'm playing
Yeah.
Xbox, and I'm like, "Shut up!
I know,
Please,
exactly.
just stay away from me. Shut up!"
Yeah.
Like,
And like,
Send
you
you back to the hell you
realize,
came from.
like how much money these girls are actually making too. It's just like, why? I would do that shit.
I have an insurance
Oh.
license in 8 different states. I make nothing. Take my clothes off for money and
Take them off.
Dude,
Take
if I
them
could,
off.
if I could be in a female's body, it would be good. 1 week. That body would be wrecked.
I would be the biggest whore stripper.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm wearing a lot of you guys right now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, fun. I'd work my way up the totem pole though. Like I'd get with like a bunch of Asian guys first, and then
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Spanish
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
white guys, and then like
Yeah.
my last would be like black guys. Like
Yeah.
the last couple.
Making sure
days.
you handle it level by level.
And then
Yes.
just ending it with black guys and it's
Every
just like that, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
You would fuck every black guy.
Oh, and not every black, but like like the important ones, like the rappers.
Yeah,
that way
yeah,
they
yeah.
have to keep me.
Not that all black people aren't important.
Oh, shit. This is the most racist show we've done yet. Thank you for the guy with the afro in doing this.
It's okay, I have an afro. I could say it.
Exactly. There you go.
I have 11 black friends, guys. It's fine. There are 11 of them that like me.
And they know that if I was a woman, that I would fillet all of them.
Exactly.
It's fine.
This took their turn for the worst. Alright, let's move off the strip clubs for a minute. I'm afraid what's going to come out of your mouth next. What about current events, things that are going on in the world today? And one story that everybody heard about for the past about 5 days or so was the sinkhole situation in Florida, where apparently a guy's house straight
I had
up
a
ate the
sinkhole
dude.
situation at a strip club one time.
Of course you did.
Right.
Is that the
No,
best
you-
thing
you-
from?
I don't think I want to hear the
Okay,
end of that.
nice.
But I mean, I thought it was like great. Another way I have to worry about dying now. Having a
Yeah.
having the world just envelop, and that's just terrible.
Yeah.
I can imagine like living in the house and just all of a sudden just fucking everything's
The
collapsing
world
around
is
you.
just eating you now.
Yeah.
Things are shitty enough. Now you're just getting eaten by the planet.
Yeah, it's like Monster House.
Yeah.
You think you're safe in your house?
You're not safe.
No, you're
No.
not. And that's God's way of reminding you.
Yeah, exactly.
Letting you know,
Like some redneck in Florida getting eaten by the ground.
letting you know, you guys are still terrible human beings.
Yeah.
Oh.
And what's his name? John Bush. Jim Bush.
George Bush?
No, not George Bush.
Wishful
I don't know.
thinking.
And his brother tried to save him. You know, I thought the Bush brothers trying to look out for each other in Florida. Apparently now,
Oh, that was the guy's name that got eaten or something?
last name Bush.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was George Bush though. Like imagine like he gets trapped underground, but all he has is books in his house. And he's like, oh no. He's like, what do I do with all these books? And he's like,
That's true.
We're now going to political routes. All right. So another thing that's happened, I think a couple of days ago, is that turning to sports a little bit. There was a female who tried out for the Jets. I think it was Lori Silberman, 20 years old, just went to Wisconsin. She played soccer. She's trying out for the Jets as their kicker.
What did her boyfriend have to say about it?
Antonio Cromartie.
I'm sure she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, of course. There's no picture of her. She's not a bad-looking girl, but here's the
Really?
thing that I saw, that she tried kicking the ball twice. It went 19 yards the first time,
Yeah.
and then 13 yards. And it said she got injured.
Really?
And then basically retired from football.
She retired from football.
And
That's not even quitting while you're ahead.
that's quitting while you're behind.
Yeah.
Women just stop doing things that men do. Like Danica Patrick and fucking... Stop. It's not cute anymore.
I mean, I wish she did get drafted by the Jets.
She might as well.
I wish she would then, and then Antonio Cromartie can knock her up, and then she'd be out for the season, and they wouldn't pick her anymore.
There you go. Did she try the quarterback position? I'm sure she'd be a better quarterback than anybody.
That might have worked out. That might have worked out, too.
Well, she's a soccer... She just didn't realize that she has to kick the ball up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's a big problem, I think.
She's trying to score a low net.
Yeah.
Just hoping there's nobody standing in front when you try to kick a field goal.
It's called a field goal, so like...
Women are stupid.
I hope there's a podcast that no one actually does watch. Normally I hope people watch us. Now I'm hoping this week nobody
people
watches.
aren't important and women are stupid.
Let's talk about zombies now while we're at it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I know you're a fan of The Walking Dead. So why don't you enlighten us, because we're not really up on the show as much.
That was a nice segue, too.
You like that?
No, it was.
Women are stupid. Let's talk about zombies.
Yeah, because zombies won't get offended. Until it happens, it will happen. But But yeah, I've been watching the Walking Dead, and I think it's an important current event because like they had the show after every episode called The Talking Dead, and like people talk about it. Right? Yes, and like people talk about it, and like I just feel they're kind of stupid sometimes because I've read the comics since I was in high school. I'm caught up on every single issue, and like some people like throw in questions like, "Is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen?" And like it's just weird to see like your favorite book turned into a TV show because sometimes they do things right. Sometimes they do it wrong. Right. And it's AMC, and if you don't know the comic, there's like a lot of rape and cursing.
I've heard, that's what I've heard.
In the book, like a lot, and like messed up stuff happens to children and everything. So I can see why they wouldn't want to do that on AMC. Right. Like they still do a good job with it. AMC is a good channel. Like all in all, it's anything else about the zombie apocalypse?
I don't know.
Are you ready?
I guess
I am ready.
I assume so.
I'm just gonna be the first one to die.
I don't know. I'd probably join the zombies.
Join the zombies.
Fuck everybody.
Get bitten and become a zombie.
I just hope if the zombie apocalypse happens, Michael Jackson comes back in the Thriller attire.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
That's all. And then if it happens, like, kill me. It's cool. I got to see him in the X's life. Like, this is an important part.
And speaking of raping and having bad things happen to children, Michael Jackson.
Oh yes,
we were. That's true. Michael Jackson actually isn't in the comic either, but I guess
he was the original raper of children in The Walking Dead.
Who's now a zombie.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he still lives on. I can't think of him as a bad guy, though. You know.
I know. You got to think about famous people when they when they die and move on with their lives.
I do. You know that.
Yes. Enlighten everybody, please.
Oh yes. Watch some of my stand-up sets. I don't think that celebrities actually die. I think that they just fake their own deaths because. They get more famous afterwards. They get more money. So, you name it, anybody that's gotten more famous after they died, Michael Jackson, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Heath Ledger, Whitney Houston, Anne Frank, they're all chilling on some island laughing at us in retirement because we think they're dead. Nobody knew her before she was dead. All right?
That's just one that survived. I guess not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That was a good.
Speaking of watching your sets, do you have anything on YouTube or anything?
I have a couple things here and there.
Check them out on YouTube.
Yeah, a couple of my Hearth shows, and I have the one that I got my start on because it was I won a contest at school.
Oh yeah.
And, so I guess I was okay. Nice. And then so I started doing stand-up.
That's where you started from doing the contest.
Yeah.
At school? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. I'm doing promos for the next show that we're having this semester too. I'm gonna be hosting it though. I won't be.
Nice.
Yeah.
Impressive.
What school is that?
Old Westbury.
Nice.
SUNY Old Westbury. Last Laugh 2013.
Check it out.
Wait, my name wasn't on camera. Okay, just
telling somebody over there.
You have to be a student to go with that, I guess? I don't know.
Normally you do. The first year they had a 4-year vet of stand-up comedy, and he tied with someone, and I was pissed because I was an amateur. But then the next year I was like, let me just be better.
Yeah.
So but yeah, definitely. I'll keep in contact with you because if nobody auditions, then we're gonna need people. And I have a few people I'd met on the circuit, that I would love to have.
There's so many comedy horse Long Island for everybody would jump all over that.
It's a contest. You can get a guy in a wheelchair to win.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
The stand-up contest.
I'm so glad I did not go to that show because of that nonsense.
I lost by 1 vote. The pity one.
Shout out to Joey Wheels. All right, so we're gonna end on a weekend
how was
excursion
that you
have. My weekend wasn't as good as yours.
Well, what happened was, just quickly, I'll tell you, I helped my aunt move to Rochester, so I had to drive a U-Haul truck all the way up to Rochester. My cousin, we moved all the shit up there, so we came back here. First of all, the night we got there, my family owns a bar there, so I drank just gallons of Labatt and Jameson.
Oh, nice.
So the next day, obviously, I have the beer shits all day. So we drive back here, and I was in a commercial vehicle. My cousin was in the car in front of me. I'm like, just make sure you don't go on the parkway because I'm in a commercial vehicle and I can't go on a regular parkway. So, of course, 5 minutes later, he turns onto the parkway. I'm in the commercial vehicle. I get to an overpass, so I have to sit there and wait for a cop to come to get me off the parkway because I can't fit under the overpass.
Oh, Lord.
So this takes like an hour and a half out of the time. So it takes me another hour to get to the place to drop off the U-Haul. So now it's like 3 hours where I just had to shit. So now I get to the U-Haul place, which is right on the parkway. I get there. My cousin's not there yet to meet me because he got lost.
Oh.
So not only did I have to wait for the cop and take another hour to get there, my cousin's still not there. Somehow he got lost for an hour and a half, taking 10 minutes from where we were. So I get there. Now I lock the door of the U-Haul, drop the key in the drop-off box, and now I'm just standing there having the shit. My cousin's still not there. So I took a shit in the parking lot of the U-Haul place, which is heavily surveillance.
Like midday?
No, it was like 7 o'clock at night.
Still.
But there was nobody there. But it's on a main parkway, so everyone that drove by obviously still saw me. I'm on a surveillance camera. So some poor guy went into work today, and the first thing he had to do was watch me take a shit in his parking lot. And
shout out to that guy.
That poor guy.
This one's for you.
Yeah. I hope he stepped in my shit because those guys are all assholes in there. I hope he stepped in human diarrhea. But so that's how I ended my weekend.
And that's how you started this week.
That's how I'm starting this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
That is like the 4th shit story I've heard.
For me, if anybody's been following my recent sets, that's the third time. It's almost the third time I've shit myself as an adult.
It's a big thing. I think you do that more as an adult because you do irresponsible things.
Yeah, exactly. So, thanks to alcohol again.
Yes. I'm going to take this beer away from me right now.
Shit in Adam's driveway now.
Fuck you.
But,
you don't have a bathroom, right? It's better this way.
I have a potted plant up there, though. So.
Yeah.
That is not my
Your girlfriend's going to go water the plant tomorrow. So, well, we were talking about Bubba Exxon before. I don't think you said you never met him.
Never.
He's a comedian. And he was actually the first person I met in comedy because it was like my first open mic on a Wild Child Tattoo Shop.
Yeah.
And Rob Bubba Exxon was there. And he's an interesting character. He's hosting his first show at Fatty Malone's in Levittown soon.
You know what?
So I'm doing that show just because I can't wait to see him host. If you're around, try to get on that show because you got to meet Bubba Exxon.
Like the gas station.
This is power to him. Fatty Malone's, I live there when I used to live in Levittown, so I go there a lot. And I went there 4 times in the past 8 months saying, let's do a comedy show here. They turned me down.
And they turned Hugh Murray down.
And they turned Hugh Murray down.
Really?
They let Bubba Exxon take that show.
Has a show there.
If I wasn't doing something that night already, was in the city doing something, I would have gone to the show.
I am so glad I'm free that night because I'm doing that show.
Eventually, when it happens, when it's a day I'm off, I'm going to walk in that building. I'm going to fuck the goddamn place up. You like this? I'm really just going to rant for 8 minutes. I'll make sure it's timed. And I'm going to go off on the back. They didn't let me host that show, but now I got a better place.
Robert Bubba Exxon. I can't wait.
I have a better place now. You guys have been to my place, so.
That was an awesome show.
Yeah.
That was a
good
fun
time.
show. I mean, we're going to build it up audience member-wise, obviously, over the next few shows. But it was a lot of fun. It's a great venue to do a show at Revolution in Amityville.
Revolution Bar Musical Amityville. Next one's going to be there March 18th.
Yes.
8:30.
Aaron Carter was
It's a
just
Monday.
there.
No, he's there on the 6th.
What the fuck is that?
I know that, trust me.
Okay.
Alright, so thanks for watching. I might, honestly. So, thanks for watching episode 7 of the podcast, Trainwreck Comedy Podcast.
You have any shows coming up?
Yes.
I'll just be at the Flaming Hearth March 16th, and maybe I'll do some stuff. This guy or anyone else talks to me. I have school first, but I don't mind taking the distraction and doing some
out on a
comedy.
school night doing the podcast.
Yeah, you know how I do.
Awesome. That'll be so. What are you doing next?
Well, I'm at the comic strip in the city every Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be at the brokerage this Friday, And I'll be doing Rob Bubba X Zone's Comedy Festival. I don't know the date.
Festival. Oh, I really hope they call it the festival.
I don't know
clown
the
suit
date,
in the
but
festival.
yeah. Exactly. And
I'm hosting my next show at Revolution. I'll probably be doing a couple of things here and there. Maybe we'll go into Flaming Hearth. We got the city. You and I next month in April. Bob Bono show.
That's a good show.
That's going to be at Stand Up New York. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, my name's Adam.
Mike Keegan.
Mike Carabuccia. Follow me at MC Booch Stand Up on Twitter.
That's the longest tour name of all time.
MC Booch. Should I just do it shorter, like MCB? SU.
Just letters. Just
and
put a niner in there.
All right, yeah, why not?
And 6-9er.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Then I'm Adam D. Parsons.
Mike Keegan. Oh,
Didn't we do that?
We did that.
There's been a glitch in the Matrix. Mike Carabuccia.
I'm Adam D. Parsons.
And I'm Rob of X Zone. Have a great night.